One thing that I've seen with churches and nonprofits is that with the recession, um, being so tough for everyone, you're seeing a major decrease in donations. Um, I'm sure that affects a church's. I mean, as you were saying, it affects its ability to operate. It affects. I mean, we saw here in the LA area, well, actually Orange County area, where the Crystal Cathedral had to file for bankruptcy, and that was a major institution. Um, what are you seeing that? I mean, are you helping churches with their overall debt to income
Sure.
ratio? Is that what you're doing as
Well,
well?
we're definitely seeing those patterns that you're talking about: increased foreclosures
Right.
for churches, increased delinquencies, and so because we have such a large portfolio and made such a business decision to target that niche, we are experiencing increased delinquencies. And so what we're doing is we're trying to work with our borrowers and provide a bridge out of this recessionary economy. And the way we can do that is by modifying their loan terms, lowering their payments for for the next 3 years. Taking some of their delinquency, putting it on the back end of the loan. Whatever we're trying to do, whatever we can do with borrowers that are really focused and interested in trying to survive and coming up with strategies to reduce expenses, increase revenues, then we're working with them and saying, okay, we'll be your partner and we'll give you a lifeline to hopefully get us all through this economy, and then once you get back on your feet, we'll go back to our original terms.
All right. Are you seeing that in the grander scheme with small businesses? I imagine you guys deal a lot with small businesses. What are the size of the businesses that you typically?
So in terms of the size of businesses that we deal with, the annual revenues tend to range from about 50,000 to as high as 5 million. But I would say the majority of our businesses have revenues of $500,000 a year or less, and I think that's pretty normal for inner city urban businesses.
Yeah, and I mean those businesses are really being hurt hard because if they have a vendor, for example, who's paying them a few $100,000 and that vendor goes bankrupt,
Right.
that small business is in jeopardy of having to deal with the same thing. So I guess you guys are working with them, like you said. If they have a plan, then
Yeah.
you're
I think the real thing is it's hard to help somebody that just has no hope of. I mean,
Right.
sometimes we're better off saying, hey, you need to get out of this debt. You need to just either give it back to the bank, walk away from it, or whatever, because you can't service it. You can't handle it. But anybody that's really got a plan, hey, I know what I'm going to reduce my expenses. I'm going to cut down on staff. I'm going to have a shorter inventory period. We've got a new sales strategy. We're reaching to new markets. Any of that, then we would say, okay, what we'll do is we'll extend your payments, reduce your loan payments, whatever we can do to try and help you make it.